Hello, my name is Antonio Cascais and I'm making this presentation to submit as an assignment to the online course Learning How to Learn, which is lectured by Dr. Barbara Hulkley and Dr. Terence Sejnowski. I hope you like it. In this presentation I'll be talking about some learning tips that were lectured during the course. These tips can help anyone in learning new stuff and making the process more effective. I hope you can learn something with me. I'll be talking about focused and diffuse modes of thinking, interleaving, and procrastination. Very big problem with almost everybody. Let's start. The focused mode and diffuse modes are the two modes that we know about, and, as far as neuroscientists know, we can only be in one mode at a time. We use focused mode when we are concentrating intensely on something. For example, we use it when we want to learn or understand something new, or also when we are trying to solve some kind of problem, like a math equation. The diffuse mode is a relaxing thinking state. In this state, we let the brain work all by itself in the background. This allows us to find new creative solutions to problems. That's the reason why, often, we remember something, like an item on our to-do list or a solution to a problem, when we are jogging or taking a shower or doing something completely random. Let's use the pinball machine analogy to understand better the differences between these two modes. On the left side we can see the focused mode, and on the right side the diffuse mode. The orange area represents a familiar concept that we have in our head, for example, a thought that we already had, which is easy to access. The black area represents a different concept that we need so that we can solve our problem, like a different approach to that problem, for example. We need to get to this new different approach so that we can find the solution we are looking for. In the focused mode, the rubber bumpers are placed very closely to each other. As we can see, it is very difficult to our thoughts to go from familiar concepts to the unfamiliar ones. However, in the diffuse mode, the rubber bumpers are further away from each other, which means that our thoughts can easily go from familiar concepts to unfamiliar ones. By using the diffuse mode, we let our thoughts randomly make new connections between concepts. This allows us to find new, more creative solutions to our problems and better apply all of our knowledge. This is why it is very important to let our brain be in the diffuse mode. So, when we need to have different approach to a problem, the best thing to do is to stop thinking about it and do something completely different, like go for a walk, take a shower, watch some random TV show, etc. And our brain will do our work and give us the new idea we are looking for. Another technique that we can and should use to improve our learning is interleaving. And what is that? It's called interleaving when we make ourselves jump around different areas while studying. For example, if we are studying math, we should mix problems that need different techniques. We solve one problem that makes us use some kind of technique, and then we solve another problem that needs a different technique to be solved. This is jumping around different areas or sub-areas. Interleaving seems harder than practice and repetition, but it actually isn't, because it makes our learning more effective and shorter. By jumping around different areas, we create, in our brain, new relations between different fields. And this allows us to use different concepts that we have stored in our brain at the same time. Interleaving is a very good technique to learn new things because it helps us connect all the knowledge we have in our brain. We can solve problems faster by doing this. Once we know how to interleave in sub-areas, we can interleave in different areas. For example, literature and math. This is even better because it creates relations between very different areas of our brain, improving our knowledge and creativity in problem solving. And now a problem that affects almost everyone, procrastination. As we all know, procrastination is the art of doing nothing when we have a lot of stuff to do, or just one extremely boring thing. We don't want to do our tasks, so we end up doing everything else to feel better. As this image shows, we start by feeling unhappy towards our pending task, and we funnel our attention onto a more pleasing task. That makes us feel happier, but just for a brief period of time. Then we are unhappy again, and this vicious cycle repeats itself over and over again until eternity. To stop the vicious cycle of procrastination, we must fight it. The first step is just start a task, whatever it is. It will be hard at first, but then once we start doing our task, it will be easier and easier. And after a while, we end up feeling better because we were actually productive. We can use the Pomodoro technique to help us on our fight. This is a very simple technique. Put on a timer for 20 to 25 minutes and in that time, just work. Turn off all your distractions and work. When the timer is up, take a rest for about 5 minutes. Just do whatever you want to do in that time. Check your phone, go to Facebook, go to the kitchen, whatever. When the rest is over, put on another timer for 20 to 25 minutes and work hard again. After 2 or 3 periods of hard work, take a longer rest, like 15 minutes. This will help you to be concentrated on your task and making progress on it. Another thing we can do to fight procrastination is to run away from old habits. For example, if we can't focus with the TV on, because we end up paying attention to what's going on the TV instead of our work, then we shouldn't even try. Just turn off the TV. This applies to everything. A studying partner that keeps distracting you, a noisy place that don't let you focus, etc. Do this and you will see your productivity increasing. This was my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it and that you have learned some new cool stuff with me. If you have any questions, feel free to write me an email. I'll be glad to answer. This is my email. Goodbye and happy learning.